Howdy, Mike McCoy here. Got another gift I want to show you. Dennis Pitt works for Lockheed down in Texas, and they make these bad boys. That's a brand new airplane, and this print flew in that airplane on its maiden voyage. And I'll have to read this. About this picture. I work flight operations at Lockheed Martin Aeronautics in Fort Worth, Texas. We build and make the initial flights on the F-35 Lightning II. The print in the frame is an overhead view of the first Israeli F-35 designated AN-01, designation AN-01, shot over Possum Kingdom Lake during its maiden flight. I put the print without the frame in a cardboard sleeve and had Robert Trigger Wallace fly it on the maiden flight of AN-09. The print was flown supersonic at a top speed of Mach 1.2 and achieved a maximum altitude of 40,000 feet. So this print here was in that plane on its maiden flight. So that's pretty cool. I mean, that is really cool. And I like airplanes. He called me here a while back, and I told him that I really liked airplanes. And he said, boy, I've got something I'm going to send you. And that's nice. And this coin here, first flight, I'll have to read and see what it says. The coin was minted in recognition of the very first flight of the F-35B Stovall, short takeoff and vertical landing, June 11, 2008. This is the variant that can hover.
There you go.
My camera person's in the background. You can hear her sniggering. That's cool. I really like it. I enjoy stuff like this, and I really like airplanes. Hope Lord Muck sees this. He may have flew one of these things. I don't know, but I guarantee you he knows about them. And, yeah. I mean, to think that print was in that plane when it flew, that's pretty awesome. And, got my last chemo yesterday. Feel good today, or hopefully it's my last. I ain't met with the doctor yet, but I've got 2 weeks off, and that's a good thing. Feel good. And selling a little lumber, so everything's working out good. And went to the dentist today in my tooth, and he said he could save it. That just made my day. I'll have to have a crown put on it, but that just tickles me to death. I was afraid I'd have to have it pulled. And I watched David Haley's video. I can't see how in the world them fellas gets out and work and it's that cold. That just absolutely fascinates me. When I was a child, probably 10 to 12 years old, where I grew up in Madison County, there was one morning there it was 20 below zero. That's the coldest I've ever seen it. And I walked from my house to the neighbors up there, which wasn't about a quarter of a mile. And the main thing I remember about it, it was so quiet. There wasn't a bird in the sky. There wasn't no noise whatsoever. Big Laurel Creek wasn't 30 feet from me, and it was froze completely over. And I can still remember the tingling in the face just walking up there, you know, but it wasn't that bad. And then in 1977, we'd just bought a house in Asheville, and I was a millwright. And it turned off cold, and it got bitter cold. It got like, I think it got like 18 below that time, or close to it. I mean, it was cold. And me and my partner on the millwrights, they had us shutting doors. It hadn't been shut probably since the 1950s. And I thought this was going to freeze me to death. Coldest place she's ever at is at a door. Especially in that plant where ours being sucked in and stuff. And we had to shut them in the powerhouse over there, and I thought I was going to absolutely die. And one morning we went over in the dye house to do something. Even in it zero weather, the inside that plant was hot. For it, them machines and stuff running, they all run off steam and stuff, and it was just hot. And there was a window that blowed open. And it just looked like fog coming in there, that cold air. And the guy I worked with, he said, we might as well go up there and close it. They'll send us up there anyway. And I said, well, yeah, we might as well. And all we had on was just like long sleeve shirts. It is warm down there, and we hadn't even wore a coat over there. And you had to go up a ladder. It was 20 foot high, and probably go 50 foot, go up another 10-foot ladder, and across, and down a 10-foot ladder, and just pull that door back and latch it. That's all you had to do. And when I was coming down that last ladder, was 20 foot long, I didn't know if I was going to make it or not. That's the coldest I've ever been in my life. I just knew that I was going to lose my grip going down through there. And I mean, we wasn't out there 15 minutes. But I mean, we wasn't dressed for it either. We already went and got a hat and coat and gloves and stuff. But I don't see how them fellas stand it. That's just a different breed of people, I reckon. I guess if you growed up there, you could get used to it. I mean, us hillbillies down here in the South, if it's 20 below, we don't log. We don't start up sawmills or nothing, you know. Some of these more modern mills, they might, but it's enclosed, they might saw, but I ain't never sawed it below 20. I just don't do it. Never did log at that cold. And you know, up there, they want that ground froze hard. Well, I was logging years ago when that little 450 dozer, I had it on brush and it still froze to the ground. I went over and finally got it started. And I just started across that field, and I mean, that field slope wasn't much more than that. Well, that thing got to running sideways, and I bet it run 20 foot down through there. I like never got it back up there to put it back on that brush, kid. I was not come home. I just don't see how they do it. My hat's off to them. It really is. I mean, my God. But, you know, they've got heaters in them things, and they ain't out much. But they have to get out some. They just some tough people. They really are. But that's about it, folks. And am I supposed to read something else?
No, you're supposed to thank him for that nice letter.
Oh, God. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Dennis Pitt. I really appreciate this more than you'll ever know. I love airplanes. I really do. Before I got sick, I was actually toying with the idea of buying me a small airplane, and one of my best friends bought one. I seen how much it cost to fly that thing, and I decided not to. But I'm slobbering like an old man. But thank you. Mothers go over there going, what does that mean, Mother? Does that mean cut?
That means shut up.
Shut up. Okay. See you later.